Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome to tonight's episode of the Frisco Report. It is Tuesday night. That means the Frisco Report with my co-host of co-hosts, the one and only Cowboys Corner. What's up, Mike?
Dude, what's up? I'm wearing all black. We are at a Cowboys funeral, all right? Johnny Cash in the building.
Yeah, Cowboys laid a turd in this game. What's funny is, man, I was looking over my channel, right, and one of the one of the and we talked about it, and it was about if the Cowboys are going to get their offense going, it's going to be this week against the Cardinals. Well, came out here and got our ass whipped. So now, Mike, and everybody out there, are you are you do you still feel that this team can be very dominant, or does this kind of make you take a step back and reevaluate? Like, wait a minute, what the fuck's going on here? Like, how's your feeling here, Mike? Are you a little shook, or are we in trouble? Are we still going to take it here in the East and win all the games? What you feeling right now, Mike?
See, Joe, we're programmed to say we're not going to overreact at 2-0. Then we dropped one game, and we're not supposed to overreact, Joe. But what my eyes seen on Sunday, Joe, was we didn't fix the running game. Jerome Bland is going to be okay. Jordan Lewis is going to be okay. But that running game, Joe, not good, bro. The red zone, Joe, not good, Joe. And we're 2-0. What? They'll fix the red zone. They got plenty of time, Joe. If they keep this up, we're not. If we can't score points, Joe, yeah, we can kick field goal. Thank God we got a field goal kicker. But if we can't score touchdowns, Joe, we're not beating teams like the Patriots. We're not beating teams like the 49ers. And dare I say, we might not even beat Philadelphia if we can't score touchdowns. If we can't stop the run, Joe, that's another deal, because they could take control of the clock, Joe, and they can run it down our throats. And it doesn't matter what our offense does at that point. We're not seeing the ball, and our defense is going to be gassed. So right now, Joe, to answer your question, I'm taking a step back. I'm reassessing, and now I'm prove it to me, boys. Prove it to me. You let me down. Prove it to me.
That's where I'm at too, bro. Exactly where I'm at, right? It's and then the whole notion of, oh, it's early. You always got the it's early pussies. I guarantee you, if we're coming down to it at the end of the season, and there's a game that you're gonna regret dropping, it's gonna be this game with the Cardinals. So it's early, it's a long season. This kind of shit, no, you got to try to win every game, man. You're not gonna go undefeated, right, Mike? But
right,
the Cardinals, bro. Nobody expects these guys to be anything, dude. They're in the Caleb Williams running, and they stopped us back and forth all day long here, man. So I'm with you, Mike. Red zone is the biggest concern, Mike. Brandon Cooks, where's this guy at, bro? He's averaging 2 catches a game. He already got dinged up, so 2 catches a game. They ain't gonna get it done, bro. Right. Tolbert, he ain't gonna give a shit, bro. We're not getting anything from him, bro. Three receptions in 3 games. Michael Gallup, what? I mean, garbage catches here at the 4th quarter. Oh, Michael Gallup, he's back, bro. Like, I mean, there's a little bit of promise there, Mike. Like, it kind of looked like he kind of did make something, but
it's teeter-totter, man. You're like, I don't know.
With him, it's like with Michael Gallup, man. I got to start seeing it, man, because he's been a no-show through 3 weeks. So is he back? I don't know, man. We'll see, man. I'm not gonna say he's back. Yeah, he's got to show some more, man. But that being said, Mike, does Dak have wide receiver weapons?
Nope, he doesn't, Joe. He don't, because you look at the track record behind CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb's leading the team in receptions and yardage for like 243 yards. Michael Gallup finally came on in one game, and he's outside of CeeDee Lamb. He's the only wide receiver over 100 yards. You look at your tight ends; they're MIA. You look at your running backs in the passing game, MIA. Um, it's one of those things where if Lamb goes down, you're done for the year. Like you might as well just start playing for draft picks because there's nothing behind Lamb. There's nothing behind it.
Yeah, no, you're right. There's absolutely nothing there, bro. So, however the season ends, if we end up another carbon copy of last year, the built-in excuse will be there for Dak. Oh, he didn't have receivers. Well, fuck, it's true. I mean, none of these guys are getting. And I watched the game, and I watched more plays, and I watched it again, and I was like, these guys couldn't beat one-on-ones, bro. That is the scary part of this whole deal here, Mike. So, if they can't beat one-on-ones, did they try to sell us on the wide receiver by committee again? They did, right?
I think that we put Cooks. Cowboy fans put Cooks in a category, and they didn't care about age. All right, they didn't care about age. They didn't care about lingering issues he had with the Texans. They just seen 1,000 yards, 7 consecutive years.
They put him way up here.
That totem pole was up there, Joe. All right, and so like now we're coming back to reality. Like it's CeeDee Lamb or bust because at that point, but at the same time, CeeDee Lamb has to grow up a little bit. He can't be looking for penalties and not catching footballs. He has to be able to find a way to beat double coverage. Payday's about to come knocking on the door, and if he can't beat double coverage, do something. Then we're in trouble there too, because outside of Lamb, if they blanket Lamb, we're doing nothing but 5-yard catches on 3rds and 10s. That's it.
Yeah, that's the deal there. That's the deal there. The weaponry, the accuracy continues to be an issue there. The mobility of Dak in the pocket is totally gone. He still looks awkward trying to run. Nothing's open. Run. Let's go. But he's gun shy still, bro. That's kind of limiting your playbook. You know what I mean? 240, big body, get in there. You know what I mean? Make some plays. Quarterback sneaks. I mean, Mike, we were at the 2-yard line. We couldn't punch it in, bro. Oh, we needed Zeke back. You know what's crazy is Zeke probably would have gone in there, bro. So with that argument, do the Cowboys have the right backs right now?
They do, but they're not scheming, Joe. Let me say that again. They do, but they're not scheming. You have a fullback that is a powerhouse. We've seen it in the preseason, and we've seen it in a couple of blocks, and we've seen it in a couple of runs that they gave him so far in 3 weeks. Dowdle, he ain't the powerhouse. Pollard, he ain't the powerhouse. Your fullback is Hunter Lemke, or whatever his name is. That's your powerhouse. That's the guy that you should be giving the ball to on 3rd and 1. Period. That's the guy. If not, put in a tight end at fullback, make him the running back, and do something trickery. Scheme something. You got Schoonmaker, who's 6'6". You got Gallup that can do jump balls. Lamb can do jump balls. Scheme something and make this red zone crap work. Mike McCarthy, you're supposed to know how to do this. You're supposed to know how to do this, Mike. Do it. You have guys, scheme it.
No, you hit it right on the head, Mike. You hit it right on the head there. It is scheme. He's the guy. He's your Mike Allstott. He's your Coon. You know what I mean? I mean, Mike McCarthy kept him here for a reason. Utilize him. You know what I mean? Like you hit it right on the head there, Mike. So, running game. I still a little bit of it's a committee too, but I think they're in better shape than the receivers. The receivers, like I said, there ain't shit behind Lamb, man. And I'm gonna say it, man. I think if the Cowboys win some, lose some here, I think Jerry will make a trade for somebody. I said Mike Evans. He's still my guy, but obviously there's a price tag involved there. But it could be somebody else. You know what I mean? You got Renfro with the Raiders. It'll be a team who's going to be kind of already out of it. 6 or 7 games into the year, they're going to do the fire sale. Cowboys might be able to cash in on a receiver from somewhere, bro. So keep an eye on that. They're going to need it because Mike, if they don't make any moves at wide receiver is going to be the top three of the NFL draft for the Cowboys. Top three rounds, right?
Oh, it has to be. But then at the same token, like, have we seen Jalen Brooks at all? Right. I like how you're including Turpin in the running game, but can try him in the passing game. Like, do something different. Like, give guys opportunities to make plays, because if Cooks can't get open, let's try Jalen Brooks. If Lamb can't get open, let's try Chavante. But you're carrying wide receivers to the moon. Use them. Try to figure something out, Joe. And if you can't, go draft you one. And I don't know how they're going to trade for one unless you're really buying into we're really this good and we're going to go give up this first round pick again and go get a guy, because they already gave up 2/5 and a 6, Joe. So that bargain bin down there, that 2/5 and a 6 is gone. So then do you do a third and a player? Like, how do you work this? Because they really like their draft picks, and for them to fail already at this position group, and we can talk about Gilmore at corner too. He's slow, Joe. He's very slow. And so they try to gamble on these guys. They try to sell us that these are premium 32-year-old warriors. But they're just guys at this point now.
Yeah, they're complementary to the opposite star, but now Diggs is gone, so now all eyes spotlight. Brian Broaddus made a good analysis on Gilmore, which I totally agree, is that the way they tore up Gilmore was they made Gilmore run through the trash, run across the field, and you saw it, Mike. He was slow. He was playing catch up. He was getting beat. You know what I mean? That's why you trade a player like that for a fifth round, because that's a liability. You know what I mean? So.
But that's Dan Quinn's fault at the same time, because if you know he's slow and you know Bland is trying to come to his own and Jordan Lewis hasn't played a full game in forever, why are you playing man? Put in some Tampa 2 zone and go to work. You got the best safeties in the National Football League. Scheme this thing, play zone, and let's get to hitting.
Yeah, let's get to hitting, man. I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens here down the line there with Gilmore. I think he'll be okay with Deron Bland. He'll settle in. I think Gilmore will settle in. But this next matchup, and we'll talk about the Patriots game here, but it's going to be a chess match on both sides of the ball. Mike, let's talk a little bit about this offensive line. But before that, we got a super chat here, Mike. Let's get to this one here. Give me cash. Thank you for the $5 chat. Give me cash. Joe Rod and Mike, I told you week 1 LVE was washed up. Dude is a slow slug and liability on the field. That's why I said Overshown will be missed.
And you know what? Overshown was missed yesterday. The other day. Overshown was missed, dude. He really was.
Yeah, he is definitely missed, man. This guy, man, he had some potential, bro. Yeah, he had some potential, bro. So, man, I'm with you, bro. LVE, when he gets exposed, that looks bad, but he'll make his plays. But when he doesn't, everybody sees it. So it's kind of one of those deals. But yeah, you're right there, man. With Overshown, it's just a shame that we got to wait a year to get him back, bro. That's a bummer there, Mike. Thank you for Trayvon Diggs. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate the support as usual. Yeah, man. Let's talk about this old line, Mike. Let's talk about. And what's funny is I was watching 1980s Part 2 breakdown, and he said it, man. He said what I was thinking, bro. I was like, this offensive line is getting held back by 77 because it's like, dude, you're beat up. You're already hurt, and it's week 3, bro. And here we go with the shuffling, and I think they screwed up on the shuffle, bro. They should have had Tyler Smith at left tackle and Chuma at the guard position. Chuma looked pretty good at the guard spot, man. Against that Jets defense. I mean, Jets defense, D-line is going to be one of the better ones you see this year. But they decided to kick him out at left. He looked like shit at tackle, bro.
Yeah. No, you're right. And I think I think Tyron could have played. This is the first time they have ever made him suit up and not play. I think they were trying to preserve him, and it bit him in the butt. But let's give some props. Let's give props to TJ Bass, who I thought played phenomenal. And then let's give props to Brock Hoffman, who I thought played really good. The penalties and the misses came from your veterans, like Chuma Adoga, like Terrence Steele. The penalties came from Terrence Steele, and the errors came from Chuma Adoba. Those are veteran guys on the outside. But TJ Bass, Steele. Brock Hoffman, second year coming in here, he has a lot of potential, Joe. That's good for our offensive line future, all right? But Tyron Smith, I think he was healthy enough to play. This was the first time he's ever dressed up and not played, Joe. And he was pissed. The camera kept pointing to him. And he was pissed, Joe. He was not happy. Maybe he was embarrassed. I have no idea. But I think think he was able to play.
Yeah, if you're dressed up, man, it's I expect you to probably be out there, man. So, but man, it's just holding back the development. Okay, is Smith a tackle? Is he guard? You know, they keep saying, even the announcers, the future. I left. Fuck it, fuck the future. Make it right now, bro. Just go with him at the left tackle and roll with Chuma, roll with Bass. You know what I mean? And let's go. Like, dude, this shuffling shit is driving me up the wall, bro.
And it's Mike McCarthy. This stuff happens under Mike McCarthy.
It's happening under McCarthy. So that's a black eye right there, man. It's a black eye in a black tooth. Yeah, they better fix that, man, because that ain't gonna work the rest of the year. We got Patriots Nets, and then we got the showdown of showdowns, the 49ers. So, Mike, we're talking about the offensive side. Let's look at a little bit of defense in this game. We'll touch on that. Defense, shit the bed. Mike, this is when I think about this, I think that the team as a whole found out that all these starters on the O-line were not going to play. And I think everybody was just like, oh, well, that's a loss. I'm not going to give it 100%. None of our O-line are going to play. Fuck it, I'm not going to put 100% on defense. That's what it looked like to me. It looked like the team as a whole found out either on the plane up there or something, and they had already resigned. They had already said, "Fuck it, this is gonna be an L." You know what I mean? They look like crap, bro.
No, they were. I mean, J-Ron Curse, dude. He blitzed in there. He ran right beside the running back who had the football.
Yeah, I saw that.
He turned around and looked and said, "Oh," and didn't even try to chase him down.
Yeah, I saw that. Was terrible, bro.
You talk about how slow Gilmore is now, and Deron Bland, Jordan Lewis, they're going to come to it. But Hooker was out of place. It's like they had this game plan, and Josh Dobbs took off running, and Dan Quinn was like, "What the game plan?" Dan Quinn was like, "I don't know what to do," because we had no answers. We couldn't. They had 180 yards rushing in the first half. We couldn't stop a nosebleed, Joe. Like we couldn't stop a marble from rolling off the table. Like we couldn't do anything, and that wasn't good. Like there was no motivation. They were lacking physical mentality, Joe. If it wasn't for Oso Digizua, they probably would have had 250 yards. If it wasn't for Jonathan Hankins, they probably would have had 250 yards. Like those two guys and D-Law stepped up. Everybody else, holy crap, that was hot garbage.
Where's our first round pick at, Mike?
He is in development, Joe.
Oh, fuck. And you're right, bro. It is. They're developing Mozzie. Should they have taken Bergeron, the old lineman? The conversation was, do we take Bergeron? Do we take right now, Mike? They should have took Bergeron.
And I would have been happy with Carlos Wilkins still on the team.
Yeah. So we got to get more out of that, man. Your first round pick. I don't even know how many snaps he had, but I swear I was looking, bro. I was like, where the fuck's our first round pick? Where's this dude at, bro? Is he in
Definitely
the
not
zone,
good.
bro? Oh man, yeah, it's not good, bro. It's not good. So did they screw up again? Is this another Michigan bust? I sure the hell hope not. It's still early. I'm on wait, but
He's in
mm,
development, Joe.
it's in development, bro. He's in development. So you're right. So I mean, even Micah, right? He had the sack, but
Third quarter.
the key to slowing down Micah, and we've seen teams do this, and Micah hates this, is the
Run at him.
chipping, run at him, hit him in the ribs, throw a running back at him, chip him. And they did really good. They game planned Micah really good in this game. So he was effective, but he didn't look league MVP like I was saying just 2 weeks ago. He looked, you know, like they know how to game. Some of these guys know how to game plan, right? So
We don't.
we definitely didn't do it in this game here, which is embarrassing as hell. So that's that. Mike, the field goal. Mike McCarthy went against analytics. Analytics. Oh, we're analytics. We're analytics. The analytics would have said kick that field goal. They go for it, knowing that we couldn't run, we couldn't do shit in the red zone. He went ahead and tried to get it in there, and it was a complete failure.
Here's my thing. I liked going for it on fourth down because, hear me out. You're not scoring in the red zone. Your defense can't stop anything. So if you go in there and you score, then you got a closer game, and that gives your defense some momentum, right? They didn't do it. They still stopped them. They punted, and our offense still didn't do anything. So, like, I get it, like, because we didn't have the lead at all any point in that game. We were getting our butt kicked look at all the penalties. False start. Why? Because that guy in front of me is about to kick my butt, so I got to try to get a head start on him. Pass interference. Why? Because the guy just beat you. Holding. Why? Because the guy just beat you. Like, there was so many penalties because we got our butt kicked and they were just beating us to the punch, right? That's why all those penalties came. You have all these penalties because you get your butt kicked. And so you try to go for that on the fourth down. You score, and it helps you because that motivates the defense to get them back off the field, to give the offense the ball to go score again. And everything that could go wrong went wrong, bro. It went wrong. It did.
Mike, this is interesting here because you and I were actually talking about just this very comment here that we saw from a journalist. We don't know, the reliable. It looks like a new guy. I don't know or what, but we talked about a journalist, I guess in the DFW era, saying that Jerry would like to see Trey Lance with some red zone packages, right? Is it true or not? We don't know. But the comment here from Jared, would this happen? Could it help? You get a mobile quarterback because it ain't gonna be Cooper Rush. He ain't gonna be able to do RPOs and fake you out and freaking run and shit like that. If this continues, if the red zone continues to struggle, Mike, do they elevate Trey Lance to second string to put him in packages?
Okay, let me ask you this question. And I'm not playing devil's advocate. This is a legit question. So you're willing to who do you trust right now? Do you trust Trey Lance to come take over for Dak if he gets injured, or do you trust Cooper Rush right now if Dak was to get injured? Who do you trust more?
No, it would be Cooper Rush.
Yeah. So if you deactivate Cooper Rush and make him the emergency quarterback, if Dak was to go down, Trey Lance has to carry that whole game. And in order for Cooper Rush to come in, Trey Lance would have to get hurt too. So it's kind of like, do you really want to take your chance and try this because this could possibly happen? Unless you activate all three quarterbacks and you go light at wide receiver or something. That's the only way you can make that happen.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the only way you can make it happen. So, interesting comment. Kind of seen it, on the Twitter. Seen it here and there, Mike. So, interesting that we're seeing it from fans as well. Trying to think outside the box, right? Like, what can we do? So, man, I'm not against it, but you make a great point as far as activations that comes into play. And Dak, he's not as mobile. he's one hit away from getting knocked out, right?
I cringe every time he runs, dude.
Yeah. So yeah, but that'll be interesting. Interesting indeed. I think that would be an interesting concept. If you got to get a spark, and that's probably what Jerry's talking about. Jerry's always talking about, we need the juice, we need the juice, we need the spark. I don't know, maybe that would be it. But like you said, you have to deactivate short. Go short somewhere.
Dude, let me ask you a question, Joe.
Yeah.
Would you, because Sean McEwen, the tight end, is on the practice squad. Do you think Hendershot needs to be on the practice squad and Sean McEwen get called up to the 53? Do you think we need to switch those guys?
I do. Hendershot, he ain't doing it, bro. He ain't doing it, man. I think that's something they need to consider, bro. McEwen is good. The only his knock is his durability, right? He'll catch the ball and he'll get you yards after the catch.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's something to consider, man, because you got to find some answers in the red zone. The guys that you can count on, you can't count on Hendershot. This guy will drop the pass, run the wrong route. I don't know what's wrong with that guy.
What about Fergus Shorts? That's been a big disappointment.
I'm still on board with Fergie, man. I think he's getting a lot of hate right now, but man, a lot of fans were hating on Dalton last year. It's like, let's go get Kyle Pitts. Let's do this and that. That we need a receiver, not a tight end.
Yeah, we definitely need a wide receiver.
I think Ferg will be okay. But yeah, I'm with you on considering a change there on that lower depth. Man, I wish we had John Stevens, bro. I think that guy could be your Kyle Pitts kind of guy.
And very well could be. And that's not, you just turn on the tape and you see it, right? Like, it's different if you've seen flashes. No, this is like overshown. You see consistency in that.
I believe this 110%. Jimmy Johnson curse will not be lifted until he's inducted. I believe it. And look at the crazy shit we go through. Got a super chat here, Mike, from Flat Matrix in the house, $11 super chat. By the bye week, we will either be good or done. All questions will be answered. Mike, the bye week is, what week is the bye week? Is it right in the middle?
I think it's right in the middle, Joe.
Somewhere there in the middle. And I agree. I think I'm agreeing with you here, Flat Mention, because you're gonna know by now, man. By then you're gonna know, is this the same old bullshit? Or is this a team that has turned the corner? Yeah, so pretty close to the middle, right?
Yep.
Because that last game, Mike, that was some pretender ass shit, bro.
Definitely pretender, Joe. Like we talked about, you're gonna lose games, but it's how you lose the games, and that all those penalties, all those rushing yards, all that red zone bull crap. It's how you lose the game. Like, I'm okay with losing last second to a field goal because that was a good game. We there might be a few mistakes. You're like, God, we should have made that extra point, or God, they should have went to here instead of there, and we could have won the game. Like, that stuff's gonna happen. But when you come out and you just get embarrassed, i.e. Broncos, i.e. Chiefs, i.e. Raiders. Now this game, like, it happened under Tony Romo too. It's the freaking curse, bro.
It really is, bro. It's like, and you can see it, bro. You can see it on the schedule. You can see it that's a trap. That's a trap game, and we're gonna put our foot right in the trap. We're gonna close the trap on the foot, and we're gonna fuck.
Like, no, and it's so sad because it's not even like looking at the schedule and looking for a trap game. All you gotta do is sit down and watch the first quarter, and you'll see if we're gonna win that game or not.
It's true. You can tell by the how do you say it,
the momentum, the everything, bro.
The momentum, the feel, like you can feel it, right?
It was 10-0, and I text fifth quarter Cowboys. I said, dude, they're out playing us. We're getting out physical, and I was like, it's game over. And he was like, dude, what are you talking about? It's 10-0. I said, dude, it's game over.
Dude, that's the thing about me and Mike. Like, we'll be texting and be like, this ain't it. This ain't gonna be it. Like we already know, bro. You
Like
can
in the
tell
first quarter, we know, dude.
you can tell by the opening drives. The first quarter for sure. But even those first drives on offense, you're gonna be like, it's gonna be a long fucking day, bro.
Yeah,
Get
it's
ready.
gonna be a long dude. And I'm like, I grab my phone and I start playing my games and just having the football game in the background because ain't no sense of watching it, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Flat Matrix, thank you for the super chat. You hit it right on the head, man. I'm with you on that. We're gonna know. So NFC East, who wants it? You know, you got Washington looking like they were going to win something. They've been getting their ass whipped now. Howell looks kind of crappy, throwing in interceptions left and right. Giants, they look like crap. The Eagles, well, they're undefeated. You know what I mean? So we're chasing them now, Mike. So is it going to come down to the Eagles and Cowboys, or how do you see this? How are you feeling about the East right now?
Jalen Hurts is throwing picks, so that's good news, right? That offense is kind of stale. The Eagles are beatable, period. Commanders, Cowboys, that's always a good matchup. You never know. Giants, definitely beatable. But go ahead and with the super chat.
Super chat from Donnell Jenkins, longtime fan of the channel. Appreciate you, Donnell. I wish Dak would run a little bit more. That's the thing that he really helped this offense. You think about 2016, these early pre-injury, right?
Yeah,
pretty much. I mean, you could sell the RPO. He could sell it because you knew he might carry the ball. They can't sell that. They can't sell that play. And that's why we're not even seeing it. It's not even in the playbook, Mike. I haven't seen it, and if I have, it's been like one out of however many plays we're calling because he's not going to carry the ball. I wish he would, but I think I feel like he's still hesitant on running himself, bro. Like he looks kind of awkward when he runs. Like, dude, I don't know if I want to run, but I'm gonna give it a shot. So
yeah, he's slow, Joe. That's all it is. He's not a young buck at Mississippi State no more. I mean, you look at him run now versus when you could tell. I mean, he's aging. He had ankle surgery twice on one ankle.
yep.
You know what I'm saying? So he's not the same runner that he was, hell, even in 2016. And so when he does run, it's scary. It is very scary. And so, I wish he would run too, but at the same time, are you ready to ride with Cooper Rush and Trey Lance? That's the question. Or do you just want him to run when he's supposed to, and that's it?
And why doesn't he slide is the other question. And he seems to always go head forward most of the time.
There's people that can slide, Joe, and there's people that can't. If you ever played baseball in high school or anything, there's some weird sliders out there, dude.
That would be me too, bro. I
can't dive. Like I can't dive in a pool, but I can slide, but I can't dive.
No, that's true. I can dive. I can muff dive, but there's the sliding I can't do.
So we're the opposite.
Complete opposite. Thanks, Donnell. Appreciate the super chat, bro. Yeah, man. Lots of good conversation here in the chat box. Give me cash with the super chat here, Mike. Give me cash. I don't think McCarthy trusts Dak. To open up the offense, Dak looks uncomfortable, and he looks like he lost confidence. He needs everything perfect. Like, what you think about that one there, Mike?
The way it's dummied down for Dak Prescott, the West Coast, the quick throws, stuff like that. There's concern, I'm sure, because we all seen what Dak does, and we all seen, it's on tape. Dak has bad film, and Dak has really good film. Dak's one of the most inconsistent quarterbacks. That's just what it is. And so, ironically, I'm sure Dak don't trust Mike McCarthy to make the right calls in the red zone. You know what I'm saying? So what if they don't trust each other? And, with the bad tape that Dak does have, Mike McCarthy's seen it. And so it's going to take a lot. I mean, you just look at how many points. Dak's been shut out under 20 since Mike McCarthy's been here, even with Kellen Moore, a number one offense. Way too many to count, Joe. Way too many games where he couldn't get 20 because that's all we needed. That's what our defense stopped them at 19, and we couldn't get 20. So there's some hindering there from Mike McCarthy with Dak Prescott, and you're seeing it. We're running. We're trying to stay balanced in the running game, even though our running game sucks, right? And we're still doing short West Coast passes. And so there is some insecurities between the two.
No, I think that's a great point, man. I think that's a great point, and and then I know a lot of the local shows have talked about this as well. Dallas.com 105.3 fan. That is it? Like they said, shrink down the playbook. Don't throw as much, so you're not going to have the higher chance of throwing interceptions. So, we saw it when you're behind and you're trying to catch up. You have to start airing it out. You have to abandon the running game, and here come the interceptions. Here come the interceptions and double or triple coverage. So it's it's a tough thing, man. They just got to figure this thing out. Is the offense fixable? That's kind of the title of tonight's show, Mike. Is the offense fixable, or are we in trouble? Well, what's your feeling on it, Mike?
It's fixable as long as Mike McCarthy schemes it to be fixable, Joe. Like, you have to get guys like Jalen Brooks involved. You have to get guys like Turpin more involved in the passing game and not just the running game, Joe. You have to use your fullback a little bit more. Don't run Rico Dowdle for 3 plays and then sit him out for 20. That don't benefit Tony Pollard. And so you have to just stay balanced, Joe. Stay balanced, but scheme something. If you scheme something, we don't have to worry going into we can scheme up a 30-yard touchdown pass, for crying out loud, and don't have to worry about going into the flipping red zone and trying to score there. Like, scheme something with every single one of your players and go to work, dude. And that's just your offensive line ain't the problem. Your offensive line is not the problem. It's your play calling, Mike.
Yeah, it's getting kind of ragged. The Texas, what the hell is he calling it? The Texas
Coast, the Texas burnt toast,
Texas Coast Crunch, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I mean,
hold on one second.
Defense doesn't get a pass either, right? I mean, the defense they just had a bad game. But Mike, I feel better about the defense turning it around right now than I do, the offense. So if the defense can get back on track and carry the team again, like the first 2 games, because they did, the short fields, the takeaways, the sacks, I think that we'll be okay. It'll mask the offense. Well, right now we're masking. This defense is masking the offense's deficiencies. We don't have wide receivers. They can't be one-on-ones coverage. It can't just be CD Lamb. It'll be the 49ers playoff game again. If you take away a player, the whole game plan is gone, bro. So let's take a little bit of a peek here. This Patriots game, Mike. Mike,
we got a super chat real quick by Sports Junkie, real quick.
Oh yeah, here we go. Sports Junkie with a super chat, $5 super chat. Appreciate you, Sports Junkie. Do you think we need to always take the ball first to try and get the lead first, then play ahead?
That's what Mike McCarthy tried to do against the Jets, and it worked, right? Mike McCarthy's only done that 2 times in his Cowboys career. So it's one of those things where I think they need to do that more often. Set the tone on offense and build some confidence. It worked against the Jets, even though we kicked a lot of field goals still. But try to do something there, Joe. And you got another super chat too. What do you think about this comment?
Yeah, man, I think you're right. If you gotta play how you feel. If A hasn't been working, go with B. So if this wasn't working, then yeah, let's switch that thing up. I'm with you, Mike. Get the offense going, man. Give those receivers and these guys that you believe in these guys, man, and then hopefully they can feel that, and then they can make some plays for it, because it cannot just be CeeDee Lamb, bro. And Bill Belichick is the master of wiping out your players. He did it with. I mean, he that's just what he does. He's gonna find a way to bracket CeeDee Lamb, limit the catches. He's gonna find a way to shut down the escape hatch, Jake Ferguson. So that's gonna leave your other guys. They're gonna have to make plays. It's gonna be Gallup. He's gotta keep going. What he kind of ended here. And Tolbert, Cooks, come on, Cooks, two catches a game. They ain't gonna cut it, bro.
Not gonna cut it at all, bro.
Yeah, appreciate that super chat, Sports Junkie. Great question there.
You got another one, real quick.
We got
By,
one. We got one.
Hey, Lavelle.
A Lavelle in the house. Great questions, guys. Keep them coming. What's up, Joe? I hope you and your families are doing well. Yes, sir. Thank you very much, bro. Just want to say thank you for all that you both do for Cowboys content. Been a fan since day one. Keep going. Let's beat the Patriots. Let's go Cowboys. I love the optimism. Thank you, man. Really appreciate you, Lavelle. You know, we see you in here, supporting the channel every night, every week, and we do notice that and appreciate that super chat, bro. And yeah, man, we got to get back on the winning side of the the card here. We got to get those wins going again, man. Got to start another winning streak.
Yeah. No, Joe, you're right on the money right there. And A. Lavelle, thank you so much for all the support. Frisco Report, I think we're going on our 4th year now. If it's not already been 4 years, and you've always been day one, brother, we appreciate you. Awesome guy. Send me. I got to get a hold of you somehow. Email me or DM me on Twitter, and I'll get a shirt sent out to you too, brother.
There we go, Lavelle. Do appreciate you, bro. Yeah, man. So the Patriots game, right, Mike? So the key to winning this game, we're gonna see Zeke, number 15. Zeke. So I get to see him. Will Greer, obviously, he's their backup. So I don't think there's a lot of secrets that you can grab from the players. You know, they're talking about, we got to change the hand signals, this and that. But I don't think it's as much as people think, like, our whole entire playbook is exposed or whatever. Mike, what is your gut feeling on this game? You know, what's Belichick going to do to the offense, and how is Mac Jones going to attack this defense?
Oh, dude, you're talking about Bill Belichick, the goats of all goats. You know, this guy can scheme something nice. And it's just one of those things where can Mike McCarthy beat Bill Belichick? Can Dan Quinn beat this? They got 2 wide receivers over 100 yards, Joe, something that we didn't have. I guess we do now because of Michael Gallup's great performance, but their running game's pretty good. Their wide receivers are pretty good. Mac Jones likes to tap balls, so be careful with that. Micah Parsons, all right. Did you see what he did to Sauce Gardner?
It's a little fruity. It's a little fruity.
He tapped the little dangling nuts, all right. Be careful with that, Mike. But it's just all about Dan Quinn and Mike McCarthy, how they're gonna scheme things, Joe. And
yeah,
and we have the team to beat this team. All right, we do have the team to beat this team, but if they don't check themselves, if they don't look in the mirror, if they don't learn for what Josh Dobbs did to this team, they never will.
Yeah, they got to forget this game. They got, obviously they look at the film, but move on because this is the Patriots. Like you said, Mike, you said everything there. Mac Jones, kind of a dirty player, right? This is not the first time he's done some weird stuff on the field. So, yeah, he'll be flopping around. He'll sell the unsportsmanlike, the roughing the pack. He'll sell all those. So they got to be careful with that crap too. So, dirty player, and I just hope we knock him around, man, because he's not very mobile, right? Mac Jones is not a mobile quarterback.
Right.
Knock him around. I think I'm more worried about what the defense will do to the offense than I am the Patriots offense. So, I want to see what they do to combat Bill Belichick's game plan to shut down, Lamb, because that's priority number 1 for Belichick. Shut him down, make Dak beat you with his arm to the other guys. Then the other guys haven't been catching many passes, so That's a game plan. I mean, shit, that's what I would do, Mike. And I'm not a I'm not a head coach by any means, but that would be my game plan. Let's X out Lamb and make Dak beat you with the arm with the other receivers. You know what I mean, Mike?
No, that's what it is. And we got another super chat by Sports Junkie in here. But no, that's what it is, dude. Like, and it's always been that way for defensive coordinators. It really has. Make Dak try to beat you with the pass. But it's a little bit different because Dak is throwing the ball out a little bit quicker. So we'll see how that works.
Yeah. Could this be a screen game for us?
Yeah.
Sports Junkie with the $5 super chat. Appreciate you, Sports Junkie. I think if we go and beat the Patriots and 49ers, we can just chuck this game up as a trap game. Yeah, so definitely got to win these two games. And I think if you do win these next two, that's good momentum, man. Because then you're back on, okay, we're beating good teams. It's not this whole thing that, Mike, you and I hate this crap.
Preach.
You can only beat the bad teams, right? And
no, that's true.
And that's just been something that's has always been like a narrative, from outside. The Cowboys, they can only beat the bad teams. They can't beat the good teams. And what's kind of fucked up is when you look at it,
it's true.
I mean, it's true. Especially when you get down to the end of the season and the playoffs, they can't close these guys out, man. So if they're going to take that next step, and they have been progressing. That 2020 season with COVID, that I don't really count that one, but you see the last two seasons, McCarthy's been steadily improving the team here. I expect that next one, which is this year, to go conference game and above. If not, very disappointing season, Mike. No way to sugarcoat that.
No, definitely. And I just need 3 people to hit like right now, guys. 1, 2, 3. Pound that like button. And if you haven't, while you're there on the screen, hit the notification bell. Click all notifications for Cowboy Blog and Cowboys Corner. I just need 3 people to do that right now. And put done in the comment section when you do it so we can see who did it.
Yeah, there we go, guys. Help the channel out. Help us battle the YouTube algorithm demon. Thank you for that super chat, Sports Junkie. Appreciate everybody that's been in here.
Appreciate it.
Signing up with us, man. This is great stuff in the commentary. I do. I'm very interested in seeing this. Right, Brando, the gaming championship. Can we stop Ezekiel Elliott from running on them? I want to see it. I'm just curious, right? Dude, I'm just curious.
So, Dwayne Harris went to the New York Giants, dude, and they flipping beat us. Dwayne Harris ran that damn punt return all the way back for a touchdown and burnt us. Dude, can you imagine if Zeke does like a 50-yard run to fucking beat us? Can you imagine? Dude, I would be so – dude, I will throw everything off this wall and never make a video again.
No, I'm just curious to see how much Zeke has in the tank and how much motivation he has in this game to put it to us. You know what I mean? Does he have that in him? And will the Cowboys be able to stop the punishment? Because Zeke is a punishing running back, man. Don't get it twisted. The guy can still play. He can still put it to you. He's just not going to break away the long touchdowns like he did early in his career, right? He's just gonna beat you up, And last week he outran Ramondre Stevenson. You know what I mean? He had like 80 yards or something like that. So he still definitely has the capability. So secondary guys, if it gets to the second level, none of those guys want to tackle a beast like that, right? I mean,
right.
So I'm curious to see how that's going to look. You know what I mean?
And then Donnell Jenkins with another super chat here, just showing love, just showing my guy some love. I appreciate that so much, Donnell Jenkins. Appreciate you so much. You show enough love just coming to an end of the show.
Yes, sir. Donnell Jenkins in the house, longtime subscriber of the channel. I wish Dak would run a little bit more. I think that's not the one we're looking at, though. Let me see. Where's Donnell's comment at, Mike?
It should be fresh. About 4 up from the bottom.
There we go. There we go, Donnell. I got you, bro. Donnell with the $5 super chat, just showing my guys some love. We appreciate you, Donnell.
All day long.
We appreciate you, bro. Appreciate when you show up and we see you in the chat box. We see you in there, man, defending the star as usual, man. Good stuff, bro. We appreciate all you guys showing up here, man. Let's get this win, man. Let's hope that they can get the offense going, man, because that's really the main concern right now is getting finding that spark on offense. Because if you get the offense fixed, man, I mean the defense I think will show up and we'll be in good shape. But we can't get exposed like we did last week. Appreciate that, Donnell. Mike, any final thoughts before we cut out tonight?
No, hopefully I'm not wearing black on the next Frisco report. Hopefully I'm wearing my Cowboys blog T-shirt. Yes, mine's on the way. Should be here mañana. But
yeah,
Cowboys Corner _ Cowboys Corner on YouTube, official Cowboys Corner. Guys, make sure you hit the notification bell. We've gotten a lot of subscribers over the last week or so make sure you turn on your notification bell if you're watching this, and hit that like button for Joe and I. Hit the notification bell for Joe. Appreciate you guys watching Cowboys Corner right here on YouTube, guys. Thank y'all so much.
Yeah, guys, we can't do this without you, and you're the reason why we do this show every Tuesday, and why we break down the Cowboys with the real, no sugarcoating. Tell it how it is, man. You know what I mean?
That's how it goes.
And that's what we are, man. That's what we are at the Fiscal Report, and we do appreciate you, man. We appreciate all the super chats, all the discussion in the chat box, A+ all the way, guys. That's all we have tonight, guys. Let's get that win, and we'll see you next Tuesday. We'll break it down.
Peace.